Okay, today we're going to be recording flip Flipgrid video to go over how to log in, how to create the Flipgrids, and all of the timelines necessary. We have attached some documents to this Google Classroom assignment, so please make sure that you use those as a point of reference as well. I have Ms. Gallegos here who will be helping me as well go through the process. So the first thing you want to do is log into our kellerelementarywebleague.com. And when you go there, you're going to notice that there's a bilingual tab now. If you click on the bilingual tab, you will see that we have the Flipgrid uh, button as well as the TELPA speaking practice by 6 weeks. And then you have your Flipgrid codes. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to click on the Flipgrid. And when you go there, it's going to take you to the main page. It's going to log you into the educator login. So when you're ready, go up to the top right hand corner and click educator login. And it'll ask you log in with Microsoft or log in with Google. We're going to go ahead and use Microsoft. And you go ahead and pick your account. And in this case, I'm using my BISD one. And as soon as you do that, it goes ahead and logs you in and it gives you a welcome to Flipgrid. So we're ready to go ahead and start. And again, you can use the worksheets that we posted with this assignment to follow along. So you're going to go ahead and click Start My Grid. And at the very top where it says Name, that's where you're going to start putting in this information to make this grid. So
right on the top, put the school name, Keller, your last name, your grade level,
so I'm going to use first grade.
And speaking practice. On select the grid type, you're going to only click on student ID. The student ID. And if you scroll down, it says create a flip code. They're already giving you a flip code so that your students can use it, but you can modify it so that it makes it easier for the students to log in.
So I'm going to go ahead and modify mine just to make it easier for myself. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I noticed that on there it shows that it's available. So I'm going to go ahead and click next. And at this point, we can go ahead and start adding the students. Now we're only going to go through and add the students that are on the bilingual, that are your bilingual students. And you should have a list of those students, but you can also refer to your eSchools as well as
we're only adding bilingual students who are beginners, intermediates, and advanced. We are not adding M1s or M2s or M3s.
So for example, if I have my student, his name is Jose Peña, I would go ahead and type in his name and then his ID number, and I'm just going to make one up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But you go ahead and add it, and you click add, and there he is. Once you add all your students that are bilingual, then you go ahead and click next. And you can see there that the first grid has been created. Okay, so we need to go into the grid and add some co-pilots and so forth. Okay, so once you have your grid created, just click on the grid. And you see right here where it says add a co-pilot, you're going to go ahead and add the co-pilots. So in this case, we want you to add Mr. Garza, Ms. Perez, Mr. Diaz, and we have a couple of other people from bilingual. So I'll just go over, and this worksheet describes that, but I'll go over and I'll say, okay, I'm going to invite Ms. Aldrete. So AALDRETE at bisd.us. And you have to invite each one by one. So once I invite Ms. Aldrete, you can see that her name comes up on there, as well as Ana Garza. And again, this is on the worksheet that we've provided and Bilingual has given us as well. So I'll go ahead and add Pat Segura, PL Segura at bisd.us. And then the last one that we want is MR Olvera at bisd.us. So those are the four, along with Mr. Garza, Ms. Perez, and Mr. Diaz that you would need to invite. Okay. Once we go through and do that, we can go ahead and close out And you can see now under the pilots that those individuals' names are on there. And the reason why we're inviting those people is because they want to be able to see the work that you've been doing and showcase Keller Elementary. Okay? After we do that, we're going to go ahead. If you go to your second page, which is your guide number 2, it tells you that you're going to pre-select a topic for your grid. If you go back to our Keller webpage, you can see that we've gone ahead and put the links there for you. So if you go on TELPA Speaking Practice by 6 weeks, you click on first 6 weeks, and it will automatically link you into that particular grid. And the reason why is because we were already signed in. So once we get to that area, we're going to go ahead and scroll down, right?
Select the grid.
Select the grid from here.
Go ahead and choose your name.
And we're going to select the one we just created.
And click add.
Click add. Okay.
It does say on the topic essentials, it says TELPA's Practice 1. Leave it like that. It is for BASD. They already named it. The recording time is 1 minute and 30 seconds. That's what it's being used for TELPA's testing. So we're going to leave for 1 minute and 30 seconds. I'll go ahead and scroll down.
Mm-hmm.
There where it says topic attachments, go ahead and make sure that it's off, that there's no topic attachments, the view count, and the likes. So
okay, scroll down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The student-to-student replies also have to be turned off.
So turn that off.
Turn it off. We don't want any students commenting on somebody else's work. Go ahead and
scroll down.
And where it says attachment link, turn it off. And the view count, turn it off. Okay.
Okay.
Now we're gonna go to the feedback. You're gonna do custom feedback.
It's right here.
And if sometimes it's gonna show it to you, and if it shows it, make sure that you click on all the links: elaboration, volume, clarity, noise. Okay. And if it doesn't, you're gonna have to add it individually, and you might have to type it. But all the criteria description, it's on your guide too.
Okay.
So once you're done with that, go ahead and update the topic.
Okay, and if you look at the sheet, it's ready to start looking at those responses, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that would be for practice number 1 for the first 6 weeks, and the deadline that we're looking for that is
October 11th.
October 11th. So we are going to need you to create these flip grids for each 6 weeks so that when Ms. De Los Reyes goes in to pick up your students, she's able to log in with the code that you create and be able to find and start recording your students. Once she records them and she lets you know, then it's going to be your responsibility to go in there and rate each individual student.
Yes. Make sure that you're rating them. Each one you can comment, little comments, you're doing great, something that the students can see.
Because they will be able to go back into it and see what has been commented.
Yes, and also bilingual will be coming by. Ms. Aldrete is a bilingual specialist, and she's going to be looking at the grades and the students who are recording.
Okay, so this is going to conclude our training. Again, we have attached all of the guides available there, but we wanted to do a short video to walk you through it. If you have any questions whatsoever, myself or Ms. Gallegos will be available to answer. Again, we do have the deadline of October the 11th, so we want to go ahead and start this as quickly as possible, and we'll be progress monitoring to see where you're at. Again, this is for only grades 2nd through 5th. We are not doing kinder or first at this point.
And it's for students who are TELPA's testing.
Mm-hmm. And however, it is optional if you are a kinder and a first grade teacher to create the flip grids. Everything's already set up if you choose to do that, but that'll be on an individual case by case basis. Okay, this concludes our training. Thank you so much.